It's another day. It's a weekend actually, Saturday. Had a week of cleaning out sheds and yeah, good week actually. Got a lot done. Keithy's been starting to put some planings down in some of the holes, but we're around the back. This is our gigantic stone heap that we have. Yeah, bit of an eyesore on the farm, but one of the most useful products you can actually have. We have a local paving firm. They tip all their unwanted stone here. It's pretty handy, but as you can see, it's full of rubbish. It's full of different sized stone. Yeah, there's a bit of dust in there. There's all sorts going on in there. So on Monday, there is a crusher coming and we're gonna have it. I don't think we're having it screened. I think they are just gonna crush it down into about 300 mil for us. Something a bit more usable. Otherwise we have to sort of spend our time sieving out the smaller stuff, and yeah, so we're going to have it crushed down into about 300 mil. It's going to be really usable for us because there are some concreting projects hopefully happening this year, depending on grants and stuff like that. So yeah, if we can get the grants for it, we can lose a lot of that. We've also got some plannings for some sheds that we haven't got on started yet. So yeah, although it looks a big heap of stone, that yeah, once you start putting you know, underneath floors for barns and stuff like that, that just disappears. Got to get the man some space. He's going to use our digger and their crusher. Yeah, we'll have a look at it when he comes, but we're TB testing next week as well, so it's going to be a bit of a fiddle. This is today's first job of the day, delivery as always. And then me and Keithy are going to go and plane Jim's track that runs up the centre of the farm there over at Jim's. So we'll get that levelled and sorted. Keithy's the man on that.
That's enough for them.
Yep.
I didn't go for one yesterday because I put some in the day before.
Yeah.
And the gal was going to see him yesterday.
Ah, yeah. They clear it all up?
No.
No.
Lynn.
Let me pull that in there for you.
Whether Lynn paid in or not yesterday, I couldn't tell you.
No. No.
Here he is.
Hello, hello. Oh yeah, alright.
How you doing?
I'm alright. It's all going on here, isn't it?
Yeah, all going on. Just come to show a few before they go to the next mob.
Oh, nice one. It is cold.
It is cold. Yeah, we had old Ag pushing them up the trap with a sprayer boom pretty much.
Yeah, I know. He was singing your praises about 10 seconds ago.
Was he?
Oh, they're impressive with them dogs, he was saying. Are you okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm going to film you watching. Can I film you doing a few sheep?
Yeah, what's that?
Right. He's the man, is he? Is he?
Yeah.
Ag was saying how impressive it was. You bringing the sheep through the yard. They got that shed open, they got this shed open, they didn't go anywhere, he said.
Ag was the main man. He had the boom out on the sprayer, pushing them up the
Did
track.
he?
Yeah.
He just mentioned that bit.
Yeah. I got a video of it, I'll send it to you.
Oh, nice one. How many have you got to do then?
They only wanted to do 150 this morning before they're off somewhere else.
Oh, right. You guys shear as well, don't you?
Not well. We have a go. Me and Charles shearing our own this afternoon.
Yeah.
But normally it's Harry and Joe, and then normally they've got someone else,
Right.
Jake. And when it's all three of them, it's quite hard to keep a pen full for them.
Yeah.
But when it's two of them, it's not too bad.
So you and Charlie just keep the...
They want that like brim full all the time, so that it's easy for them to grab a sheep. They don't have to like go in the pen to get a sheep.
Yeah.
They want it like at the door, almost falling out.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't mess about, do they?
Get it close to the Harry. I'll tell you what, it's bloody impressive.
make it look bloody easy. Are these all the lambs for these?
What I was shearing?
Are they all the lambs for these sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want them there.
No, no. Yeah.
Send them out.
Look at the dog at the top there. It's mad in here. I'd love to stay. I've got to go.
Yeah, where you off?
Keithy's waiting for me, yeah.
You doing bales?
Yeah, I've got to do some bales and then we're going to do some planing.
Yeah, we don't have to put my shit. No, we're going to get him to shear one. You ring us up when you've got an hour.
Yeah.
You ring us in the morning and say you've got an hour.
Alright.
Sort out.
Yeah, alright. We've got a trailer on, Keithy's got the grader on. The boys from Mastley Bridge. I've just seen a clip of them doing some shearing. That was, I think the guys doing the shearing was Harry. I don't know who the other guy was, but I think it's all part of the same family. But yeah, that was some impressive stuff. Oh my god, them guys were not messing about. Oh man. They kindly offered me a go at it if I wanted, but anyway, Keithy's got the grader on. The grader's massive, so we're going to go across the farm's back tracks to get to the track that we're going to do. Basically, we tip a load of planings down and Keithy smooths out the track, goes backwards and forwards, leveling it out. It fills all the dips in. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Linda's on the hay today. Charlie, I think Charlie's on a day off today, so we're on my tractor this time. It's had a blow off on the outside. Come on, you lot. Oh, you got to look. I didn't park in the best place, did I?
That doesn't matter.
I knew that would happen. I'd be like, as soon as we...
Keith razzing it.
Every time we're doing this job, Keithy always tells me, too much, too much. But you can see, you can basically see what the grader's doing there, look. Any holes get filled in and it gets levelled as well, so it does a job, you know. Every single time, it's me and Keithy. Too much, you put too... Oh dear. And if you don't put enough, you haven't put enough. I love it. Don't get too caught up on it. He will go backwards and forwards over this track now until it's perfect. Basically that's it. He just he controls it all on the front linkage, and it does a lovely job. I think he's going to crack on and do a bit in the yard as well, so the yard will look a bit more tidy as well by the end of this afternoon. But it's already miles better, and it's the same every year. We don't do it until it's dry. The lorries coming up and down for the grain in the winter, that's what tears it up mostly, and tractors of course as well. You know, we use this track in the winter. Oats are looking fantastic. God, I don't know what they're going to do. What do you reckon? 2.5 ton? Gotta be, aren't they? Minimum. in the little Ford again. How can you see me better? There you go, that's better. Just sweeping up the shed. Coming up pretty nice actually. We went out to do nothing else. Just had a discussion with Keithy and the farmer. We're looking at the long range forecast. The bad weather's gone off and the good weather's set to continue. And we're, well, we know the good weather won't last long. So we are going to, Keithy's going to go and check out. We don't know if we've got anything suitable enough to cut really. So Keithy's going to go and hunt about and see what we got and see what the situation is. See if there's anything worth cutting. We're going to cut something, but we don't know what yet. So it'll be tomorrow, it won't be today. Farmer's going to go and check out a few of the other farms. Yeah, it's too early for the Timothy. We're about 10 days on the Timothy. A bit annoying because that has got to come in good weather. If it was just 10 days from now, we'd probably cutting the Timothy. But just getting the last bits and pieces out of this shed. But yeah, looks like we are going to be trying to cut something tomorrow, Sunday tomorrow, TB test Tuesday. Got set pens up on Monday, so it's going to be a bit of a hectic week again. But never mind, if it is, it is. That's the way it is. Just going to sweep this concrete up, get it looking tidy. Keithy's doing the tarmac planings on the outside there. And yeah, we're going to have this squared up. We're going to leave that section there because we are hoping to concrete that pretty soon. So when the weather eventually does change, we're hoping to get onto that. It's Sunday the 4th of June. We've gone from not mowing nothing to getting on with a bit. So Keithy's got the mowers back on. We're over at a field that last year we left. It was one of the last fields we cut last year. It was very stalky. It's you know, the hay's all sold. The person it went to was very happy with it, but it was on the stalkier side, and it was just where the grass was older. You know, the Timothy had come through and it was very stalky. But Keithy's out there mowing. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. There's a good crop here actually, not bad actually, very lush and green. This is going to take a bit of making. We've got a week or so of good weather, looks like. That's what they're predicting. So yeah, we've got TB test this week as well. So it's going to be a bit of a fiddle getting up here, tedding it and all the rest of it, and doing TB test, but we'll get round it. We always do. I don't know how much Keithy's going to mow. I imagine he'll mow the lot. But there's a lot of Timothy. These are the Timothy ones. They're a bit stalkier. And if you let them go too old, they just become, you know, very stalky. So we wanted to cut it earlier this year, so we're about 3 weeks earlier or 4 weeks earlier than we were last year. So there was probably a little bit of growing left in here, but there'll be a nice amount of hay and the quality will be a little bit better as well. So young Henry's here to say hello. We got a new present for Keithy. What's this? Tell him. What's that? Plug it into the brakes, don't you? Plug it into the brakes and you got airline.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Looks like Keithy will be coming on to the next field in a minute. There's a bit of clover in this. There's all sorts. Timothy, there's clover in it. There's just a right mix of all different grasses, but the coarser type of grasses we've found out. We are cutting it early this time, and we're going to see what sort of hay it makes into cutting it a bit sooner. What's the little globe for then, Keith?
What?
There's a little globe there on the ram. Can you see it?
Just to take a shock out of it.
When it's folded up or down?
No, when it's working.
When it's working.
Yeah.
Whoa, heavy, isn't it?
It's going to go right over when it gets in there. One.
Oh, two. Do you hear him start up? Whoa! Sounds like an aeroplane, doesn't it?
It's quite noisy to that fan on the engine shuts up.
Yeah.
You'll see how that'll go off in a minute.
Okay, yeah. And you always, what's the best way round? Wing or the front?
The
They always reckon go around with the mower first.
Yeah.
That side.
Yeah.
But it's harder to judge. It's easy to go around with the front. You miss a bit on the corners.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
When you turn, you'll see in a minute in between the two.
Oh, if you go around the other way, you miss a bit.
You don't.
Yeah.
No, if you go around this way, you'll miss a bit.
Yeah.
If you go around the other way, you don't.
Okay.
But it's easy to drive with the front right near the head.
Oh, I see. I see. There's a fair crop there, isn't there, Keith?
Yeah, be alright.
What do you do? Because the weather's here now, isn't it?
Yeah. He said there was nothing much of Alistair's yet.
Really? Oh, right.
It's what was it? The 14th of July we cut this after.
Yeah. So we're way
Well,
a month, haven't we? Yeah. I thought that we were at least 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. So it still had a lot of growing, but at least this time we'll have the quality, won't we?
Yeah.
That's the thought process, isn't it?
The trouble with this front mower, you can't see what's going in the front. You cut on the side, you've got a chance to see.
Ah, yeah.
So I've got a tree branch down.
Ooh.
You don't know because it
No.
starts going gnawing at you in the front.
What do you think? Good?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, isn't it? We're just back over at Peter's farm. This is that field that was ever so wet. This one just didn't have any hope. Farmer was sick of looking at it, so he put the disc on yesterday, and this morning he's just it up. As you can see, it's rock hard. You can see the soil type we're dealing with. Look at this. It goes from well, it's just clay, you know, it's just the type of soil, but it goes from snot to rock solid in not much time at all. There wasn't much crop out here. Keithy came, re-drilled, he patched in the big field, the next one over, and that was a bit of a waste of time as well, because it come very wet again after he drilled it. It sat in the wet, some of it rotted out, and the crows had the rest. So yeah, there is a little bit, you know, it looks a little bit better over there, but not by much. So yeah, the wetter fields at this farm we're looking at putting into some sort of grass of some sort. Farmers looking at different schemes and stuff like that, but with all the schemes there's always little finesse things that you've got to do, and you've got to always you've got to adhere to everybody else's rules on it. So we're thinking we might as well just put our own lay in here, and we can do whatever we want with it when we want with it. We'll see on that one, we'll see what happens with it, but if it's going into grass, we've got to get on top of it, we've got to start working it down. So yeah, farmers dissed it over, we'll let the weather work on it for a little bit. We'll get the power half through it, maybe disc it again. Yeah, basically get it down to a very fine, it needs to be fine and it needs to be level, but at the moment it's nothing like. So we let the weather work on it now. The one next door is just savable. He had a pipe go on the disc as well, just as he's finishing. So, but it's done it. You know, it's turfed it over and it's turfed it up. Some of the barley that's up here, the old barley plants they don't stand in the crop, looking lush and thick. They're just about to come out in here. Look at that. This is why Farmer was here. He was here spraying for wild oats. We had a big wild oat problem here last year. I can see them in the crop already. Those right there are wild oats, and he was here yesterday spraying them out. And you have to do it before these ears are out on show. So we've done it just in the nick of time. But whether is that looking unhealthy, that one? But that there is a wild oat, and yeah, we had quite a bad spell of wild oats up here last year, and I can see patches of them in the crop. Anyway, Farmer's been through with the spray, hopefully to wipe most of those out. Otherwise we're going to have another problem. But the barley didn't look too bad. I mean, this field, the one above us here, these are the best two, and then the other lot are just they're just okay. They're not going to break any records or anything like that, but there's a crop there to harvest. Yeah, last year we had to have the if you remember, we had the guy come with his special mean, his Zern top cut, and he scooped across the top of the crop and took a lot of them away for us, but it doesn't get everything. We've got TB test coming up tomorrow, but not only does it set you back for the day tomorrow, we have to go round and spend half a day putting the gates up in preparation for tomorrow. And then you got all day tomorrow testing. Colin's coming with us. Colin and Keithy will move gates between as we're testing them. So we'll move from location to location. Colin and Keithy will then go move the gates to the next location. So we're constantly testing. It's a right day of it. It involves everybody. And it just ties us up for pretty much the most of the week, because Wednesday we have to go back and restart setting the gates up in preparation for Friday. So it's going to be a week of it. Keithy is just mowing. He's mowing the rest of that bit of grass where we saw him previously. Charlie's out topping today, so me and Farmer will set the gates up, and then tomorrow everybody will have to get involved helping with the TB testing. So that's what we're doing pretty much most of this week, and then we are hoping to be baling by the weekend. Now there are some signs of breakdowns within the weather in about a week's time, so we're hoping to get that all baled up before the weather breaks down. So it's going to be interesting, but we'll see. It'll be what it'll be. The weather for the most of this week is fine and dry, and it does look like it's going to be nice and warm at the weekend too. So we're hoping to do our baling on the weekend, but we've got to get TB tests out of the way with first before we can do anything. And yeah, just ties you up for so much time. Ties the vets up, ties us up. Unbelievable. There we go. Second pen's up, ready for tomorrow. So we can make a start, then Keithy and Colin can move pens while we're coming to the next location, and then there's always cattle to TB. And yeah, lost another half a day doing that. So not an easy job,